National Football League, and our focus is on George Pickens. He's in the top tier of the league.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Taken at the goal line.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss.
Jones looking to throw right away.
He'll check this one off to Fournette. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing Jones. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken right at the 35.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw. He completes it to Wilson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll drop to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Steelers hit 10-4 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he will have the Steelers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Going right back to Wilson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
Harris fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris
with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 27, Jones. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down.
Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away, and the pressure gets to him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush,
rush, and down he goes. Patrick Queen coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Jones. Under pressure, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They're going to look to throw. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Down to the 25. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see...
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. A little juke. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. On the give, this is Harris, and he is going to lose yardage here. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. They hand this off to Harris. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Garrett Wilson from 6 yards away. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the...
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Garrett Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Jones on 1st and 10, out to his left. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Well, this looks like a roughing call. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones being chased out left. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Presley Harvin now. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we've come to half. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Throwing Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Rolling to his left. Going across the formation, he finds Fryermuth. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 66 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A give to Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Nice
Najee Harris with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are pouring it on. On third down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. But there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Up the gun, Fournette. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Yeah, defense, they're blitzing here. Jones. And that is incomplete.
They've certainly pulled up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punted the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Jones on 1st down. Pass caught on the out route by Mechie. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones over the middle. He finds Godwin complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Bucs on 3rd down. As bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to fourth down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs trying on fourth down to come up empty. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll run again with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Steelers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Taking it about the 1.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Now they run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff there.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
This taken in at the goal line.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Jones now throwing on 1st down.
Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And this is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here.
He finds Wilson.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. On the draw, this is Fournette, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Jones on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33.